Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day.
Good morning, everybody. It's a partly cloudy day, really deep, dark blue water beside us. But as you can see, we're not traveling real fast. But off in way that way is the hurricane that we avoided, which sounds like good news, except this direction, we're heading directly into another one.
That's right. The captain did a fantastic job of avoiding, I think it's Hurricane Kirk was its name, cutting across the Atlantic, heading towards Europe, Category 4. And we avoided it. We got a little bit of rocking back and forth, but definitely nothing to be concerned about or nothing to make passengers ill or anything like that. So great job by him. However, it's come to my attention now as reports are coming out about a tropical storm Milton building in the Gulf of Mexico. And this is an odd one because, it is cutting the opposite direction of what we're used to. We're used to them coming in from the Atlantic, curling through Bermuda or the Caribbean, and then up into where Florida is, or up into Galveston. But no, this one's coming from the Gulf of Mexico, and it's going west to east. So it is on a beeline right now for the port of Tampa, but the models have it going in many directions. It could be because it's an odd hurricane. And it could go down as far as the Port Everglades and hit Miami, and we'll just have to wait. And it is expected to arrive on Tuesday. And when it arrives on Tuesday, and by the time it reaches landfall, it is expected to be at least a level 2 hurricane, possibly a level 3 hurricane. So brace yourself, Florida. You're about to get hit one more time, only basically a week after being hit by the last hurricane that went through there. Now, we're in a kind of a unique situation because we are crossing over right now, and today is the 6th. Now, I'm trying to figure out, we're supposed to arrive early. So instead of arriving in the morning, like we normally would, we're arriving a day early. And we're going to arrive, I believe, the night before that. So we possibly could be getting into port as early as tomorrow evening, where they will have like a big ceremony and everything like that as the arrival for the first time of the Sun Princess in the United States. And then we will be docked an entire day at Fort Lauderdale. And then we get off the next day on the 9th. Now, according to everything, between the 8th and the 9th is when the hurricane is going over Florida. So depending on where the model is, it could be further north of us, or it could be coming right at us, which makes it pretty interesting to see what they're going to do with the ship. Do they leave the ship in port like it was planned to, or do they pull out? And if they pull out and it's coming further south to the point where we can't get back into the port the following day, that's when everyone's supposed to get off the ship, which means they would have to miss their flights and all this other stuff. I'm in a very unique situation on board because I'm staying in Fort Lauderdale for a couple of days, and then I'm back on the ship on the 10th. They have a big naming ceremony and, stuff celebrating the ship's arrival on the 10th. Which, by the way, just happens to be my birthday. So I'm hoping whoever they get to sing might just give a shout out and say happy birthday to me, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, I will be 62 years young that day. And then on the 11th, a bunch of media and travel agents are on board for 3 days as they show the North American travel agents like they did when they launched in Europe. They showed the European travel agents the ship. Now they're showing the North American travel agents the ship. So we get back on the 11th for 3 days until the 14th. Now by the 14th, hurricane's gone, flights should be normal, storms are gone. But that window between the 8th and the 11th is a very tricky window with this storm heading in our direction. It can cause all kinds of havoc. Royal Caribbean has already started making plans for those ships sailing out of Tampa and those ships sailing out of Orlando, as the model right now shows it going up there. But as a hurricane gains strength, it sometimes curves more, sometimes curves less. And right now it's only a tropical storm picking up speed. And yeah. So brace yourselves, Florida. It's happening again, and I'm joining you a little bit, and I'll be on a ship that could be affected. And we really don't know. Imagine having your big celebration with, throwing the champagne bottle and everything, but there's a hurricane in the state, and it could be right coming across your bow of your ship. Do they leave the ship in port, or do we pull out again? And if we pull out again and they close the port for a certain length of time and we can't get back in, a lot of people are going to be pretty angry on this ship. But again, safety is safety, folks. And again, I guess my timing is just right, because we missed this hurricane coming across, and now another hurricane is hitting Florida, and I'll be in Florida, but I'll be in a hotel. Should be okay, fingers crossed. And then I'm on a sailing that should be after the effects of what's happening going through the ports. But wow, it's like timing like this, folks. Timing is everything sometimes, and luck is just luck. But the main thing, of course, I'm kind of jesting a little bit about it, but I really hope nothing interferes with the ship's arrival. People get home safely. Everybody in Florida knows the path, sees the path, knows what to do. You guys are kind of used to it. You know what's happening. And so I'm more worried about people who might be like snowbirds coming down, and people on vacation that's not used to going into hurricane weather, and what can quickly happen in really windy temperatures. So yeah, let's all stay safe out there, and I'll keep you abreast of what's happening with the Sun Princess as it tries to do a big celebration arriving in the United States. And it's gonna be a windy celebration. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.